inside the didgeridoo when you're playing it. So I want you to imagine that as your lips are vibrating like this, each time they open, a packet of high pressure air or a pressure wave comes out of your lips. If you imagine it like a smoke ring, it's easier to visualize. And as that smoke ring comes out, it then travels down the didgeridoo and it comes out the end of the didgeridoo, and ultimately it'll come to your eardrum, and that's actually how you hear the sound of the instrument. Now, because your lips are vibrating quite fast, it means that there's a lot of these smoke rings that are coming out and flowing down the instrument. Something else though is happening also. As these smoke rings flow down the instrument, when they get to the end here, there is a smaller reflection. So you get another smoke ring which then starts to flow back up the didgeridoo. With every single one that leaves, there's one that's reflected. And as it comes up the didgeridoo to the mouthpiece, if your lips are closed when it comes up, it will hit your lips and bounce off it as your lips open to produce the next large smoke ring, which happens as your lips are vibrating and you're playing. And this adds to the strength of that, and that is actually how the harmonic is produced. If your lips are open when that reflected wave comes up, it's absorbed and the energy is absorbed. A little bit like if I'm pushing someone on a swing, and if I wait till they swing back up here and they're stopped and I push them, then I add my energy into the system. But if I take a step forward and I try pushing them as they're coming back, then my energy against their energy destroys the energy in the system. And likewise, if I try pushing into the air after they've gone, then also the energy is wasted. And so when the frequency is right for the length of the instrument, this is what starts to happen. These waves bounce off and I get this harmonic. But more than that is happening inside the instrument. Also, as I am playing the didgeridoo, there is like a rainbow, I guess you would say, of colour inside the instrument with its tonalness. There's a whole heap of overtones and complex other sounds in there besides the bass fundamental note. And I can adjust them and change and manipulate them by the way I shape my throat and my tongue in my mouth and where my cheeks are, etc., etc. So I'm going to just play now and have a listen for that tonal change. It's sort of like changing a graphic equalizer almost. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about how this tonalness is so amazing in how it matches the bass fundamental note. So I'm changing the tonalness, but what's actually happening there is that because that tonalness, or that rainbow if you want to call it that way, is there all the time, then when my lips are open, it is actually going down into my lungs and I'm actually part of the instrument. When my lips are closed, then it is just in the didgeridoo. And as I produce that fundamental note, it is switching the tonalness on and off in the same frequency as the fundamental note. And that is what gives the instrument such an amazing synergy and tightness. So I'll play again, see if you can hear that. So that's what's happening inside a didgeridoo in layman's terms.